Hi folks, it's Monday night, which means there's a new episode of The Lowdown. This week's episode is going to be produced a little bit later in the evening than I would normally do, and that's because I've just arrived home from a weekend in Birmingham. I've been up there for a couple of days this weekend, as if you watch the show regularly, you'll know that I'm moving up to Birmingham in about 7 weeks' time now. So I've been up there this weekend visiting a couple of my friends, Michael being one of them, I'm going to introduce to you in this week's episode, and I've also been looking for somewhere to live, so I've had a couple of viewings this week as well. I mentioned Michael. He's one of my oldest friends. He's someone I first met when I was living in Birmingham about 6 years ago, 7 years ago maybe, now that we've known each other. I think I've mentioned him before in my first blog, as he's the guy that inspired me to do video blogging online. He's gotten really into it in the last few weeks, and his own program, the Show, he advertises via his Twitter. Michael is a guy who is consistently an inspiration to me. I don't think you would mind me saying that a couple of years ago he was 18 stone. This weekend, as of this weekend, he's 12 stone 2. So I think he's feeling pretty pleased with himself about that. He's made an absolutely enormous change to his life, and he's dedicated to the gym. He got down to under 12 stone before Christmas, and had a couple of months where he kind of relaxed, let his hair down, and he's someone who finds it really easy to put on and consequently lose weight as well. So when I first started talking about losing weight myself on my blog about 4 weeks ago, I did it at the same time as Michael. We set up something on Facebook, a little group where we would share our experiences trying to lose weight, and in the 4 weeks since that started, he's lost just over a stone. So I wanted to say, Michael, well done. You should be absolutely proud of yourself. You're an amazing guy, and my absolute best and most loyal friend in the world, and I love you to pieces. As for my own diet and exercise regime, probably best don't talk about that. I am perpetually 12 stone 5, no matter how well or badly I eat. So I think I'm just going to have to accept that that's what I'm going to be for a little while yet. At least until I move up to Birmingham and can join the gym and get Michael to drag me along, because he's really dedicated and works himself really hard. He's lost weight the honest way with diet and exercise. No gimmicks, no cheats. It's my birthday coming up at the end of this month as well, so Michael and I have been talking about booking a very last minute holiday and just going somewhere super cheap just to get out of the country for a week or so. So I'm going to try and go into work tomorrow and try and book some time off at the end of this month. And we're going to look at just booking something like an all-inclusive somewhere like 3-star in Marmaris or something like that, because we found we can get a deal online. Flights and accommodation, food and drink for a week, including alcoholic beverages, for £130, and that's just amazing. So we might try and book that. It all depends on whether or not I can get the time off work, and so I'm not building my hopes up too much on that, but that would be a great birthday present to myself. I mentioned up in Birmingham, I've had a look at about 4 different places where I could be staying. It looks like I'm going to be going into a house share where I'll be renting a room and living with, in effect, strangers. There's a couple of places that I've ruled out already because of the location. Not really going to be very convenient, because I'm likely going to be working in Birmingham city centre and I want to be quite close. Not only because work will be in the city centre, but also because most of my friends live relatively close to the city centre as well, so it will be nice to have them just around the corner. So there's a couple of houses I've been looking at in Bearwood, and I'm kind of conflicted as to which one I would look to accept, because one of them is a beautiful, massive room, and the housemates that I met who were going to be there were lovely people as well, but it's the more expensive of the 2 rooms, and the house was a little untidy as well, and I'm a bit of a clean freak, especially in the kitchen. So the other option is to go into a house further down the same road, owned by the same landlord. The room is about the same sort of size, but it's on the first floor, so it would be sharing a bathroom with someone else. And it's a house full of 5 girls, so the house is absolutely immaculately clean and tidy. But I've only met one of the housemates that would be there, and I don't know how I feel about sharing my own bathroom. Whereas this first place, with the more expensive place, not only had its own bathroom, but also was on the ground floor and had patio doors leading out onto the garden. So I'm a little bit conflicted as to what to do yet. I can't confirm anything though until my current employers give me a transfer up to the Birmingham office, and while I'm up there, that's when I'm going to be carrying on looking for my next job. I mentioned job hunting before and applying for roles, and that's something that I'm still continuing to do at the moment. I haven't really had any progress, which is getting a bit frustrating now, but I appreciate it's still early days, and some graduates take an awful long time to find any job, so I'm not panicking too much because I still have some money coming in at the moment. In last week's episode, I mentioned something about a blog that I'd written on my WordPress blog about people unfollowing and getting upset and about being unfollowed by people. And I was saying that people shouldn't really care. And this week I found with my last weekly episode on YouTube, there was a couple of people who had clicked dislike, which I hadn't had before. And when I saw that, I felt really upset, and I didn't know why. And at that point, I felt like a complete hypocrite, because in essence, I suppose that's what when you're doing anything online, whether you're putting a blog on YouTube, if it's a written blog that you've got on WordPress or Blogspot or something like that, or your tweets, anything like that, if you're putting yourself out there and creating something and making something and then people don't appreciate it, you do kind of take a bit of a hit, and you're tempted to take it personally. So I've decided I'm not going to take it personally. If you're watching this blog and you don't enjoy it, tell me about it. I would rather know if the blog is not interesting. Why isn't it interesting? Tell me. I'll try and talk about something that you find more interesting. If you think that I'm just a boring person, I have a dull life, then I don't care. Bye. You don't have to watch again. That's just why I'm putting it out there. Okay, guys, I'm going to wrap it up there because I don't want to keep you too long. So I will see you again in a week. And in the meantime, keep following or subscribing, sharing this with people that you know. And yeah, enjoy. Thanks for the time. Bye.